Let me hold you down, if only for one night. What does Christmas mean? Let's look at the word Christ or Christ, which is Christos. Christos means to smear or smother with oil, to anoint. That's what anointing means, to smear or smother or cover with oil, or to rub with oil. Christ, Christos, anointing. So when you're in church and you're talking about anointing is really talking about being smothered or being smeared with oil. What is the science of the oil? The science of the oil is symbolic of the actual sexual sacred secretions of the human being's bodily fluids, particularly the male phallus, the semen. The semen is the oil, the sacred secretions that come out of the phallus that are smeared. Because a lot of what goes down in religion has a lot of its origin in magic. Now, when you start dealing with the Christmas or the Christ Mass, you're talking about really the story in religion is that Jesus, the Christ of Nazareth, died on the cross for 3 days. And then he rose on the third day, etc., etc. This is an astrological, cosmological story of the people who were on the planet who were studying the sun. Jesus is referred to as the Son of Man, the Son of Man. Talking about the sun, the S-U-N, is really the esoteric symbology behind the mythological parable or story of Jesus the Christ. So they're talking about the sun as it makes its sojourn through the 12 zodiacal signs throughout an annual year. It goes through each sign and it spends about a month in each 12 zodiacal sign. So Christmas is really a cosmological marking of the sun entering into Capricorn, which is a sign that we have now entered into what they refer to as the winter solstice. What is the winter solstice? The winter solstice means that the days are going to be shorter than the nights. And it's going to be like that for 3 months. That's what it's talking about. That's symbolic of Jesus dying on the cross. The cross is the crossover from Sagittarius across the hemisphere going into Capricorn. It makes a cross. The cross itself is an astrological, cosmological symbol that is older than Christianity itself. So we're talking about now going into it being a crossover from Sagittarius into Capricorn, telling the people as a sign on the planet Earth in that particular area that we are now entering into the winter solstice, the dead of the winter, and you know what needs to be done during this time. So the sun is going to be dead, aka the days are going to be shorter than the nights for 3 months, 3 days, until it rises again in the springtime, aka Ishtar, or what was referred to as Easter. That is the symbology of Christmas. When you're looking at it from a esoteric, occult, astrological, cosmological standpoint, that is really the symbology of what's really going on behind the scenes. The time, astrology is a science to mark the time and what must be done at different times for magical purposes. Religion has a lot of its roots in magic.
Yo, you got knowledge yourself?